July 16th is just 2 days away, and while we remember the lives that were lost, we also remember all of the unsung community heroes who stepped up and inspired others both during and after the attacks.
Now joining us is a member of the Daughters of the American Revolution this morning, Susan Lindsay. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
If you would just start by telling us just some of the things you guys have done over the past year with the flags that were collected from last year at the memorial site.
Okay. Last year when we were called on to collect the flags, the first thing we had to do was dry them out, because if you remember, the heavens opened up and rain poured down. Once we got them dry, we bundled them like this, and then they were distributed to our 5 area chapters. And once they went to the chapters were allowed to decide what to do with them. Many chapters put them into schools. They presented them to the police department, the fire department, the EMS. They distributed them all over the community, putting them in places that would have meaning, especially in the schools, so the children could remember the events of that day.
What were some of the reactions once they received those bundled flags?
Well, first of all, they weren't bundled when we gave them to them. We gave them to them as individual flags, and they came with a card like this that reminded them what the flag was for. The reactions were usually sometimes grief of the memories. Other times it was simply joy of being able to have something to remember these fallen heroes by. It wasn't, like excitement, but it was more the heartfelt appreciation of receiving a flag that had flown at the site.
Just looking back last year, we just showed some video just a moment ago, but so many mementos were left there at that site on Lee Highway. What do you remember most? What stood out to you, one of those mementos left behind?
The posters, the heartfelt, loving posters that children prepared that were placed there. It was so sad to see them wet, and yet it was almost appropriate to see them wet too. It's like the angels' tears had fallen on them in remembering all those that had died.
And for folks who may not be familiar with the Daughters of the American Revolution, explain a little bit more about your organization.
We are a patriotic organization based on heritage. Each of our members have a patriot that served in the American Revolution. We have a direct lineal descent from that. Any women 18 or older can join if they have the proven lineage, and we are involved in patriotism, education, and historic preservation. And we work a lot for our veterans. We appreciate our veterans.
We appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Susan Lindsay joining with us this morning talking about the Daughters of
the American Revolution.
Thank you so much. We really do appreciate it.